Good news for Insta360 GO Ultra owners, a new firmware update just dropped which now includes support for the Mic Air. So let's check it out. With the launch of the GO Ultra, Insta360 introduced a new and long-awaited feature to the GO series, wireless microphone support. But up until today that has been limited to just a small selection of microphones, and interestingly did not include Insta360's own Mic Air. Well, as of today all that has changed thanks to the latest firmware release. The GO Ultra now supports the Mic Air, and in today's video we're going to be putting it through its paces. We'll cover everything you need to know about how to get it connected, how to operate it, and of course we'll do some testing to see how well it performs. Now there's a lot to cover, so as usual I'll place the chapters up here and on the video timeline, but before we get into it, an important disclaimer: this GO Ultra was provided at no cost from Insta360, but only under the conditions that I would inform my viewers of this, and that any video I produce would be my own work without any influence or input from Insta360. And of course, if you enjoyed today's video, get good information out of it, please remember to hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel for a lot more similar content. So let's get on with it. So before we connect the Mic Air, the first thing we need to do is update the GO Ultra to the newest firmware version, which of course is done using the Insta360 app. So let's open up the Insta360 app and connect to our GO Ultra. If a new firmware version is available, the app will inform you. And as you can see, version 1.1.26 is available, which includes, among other updates, support for the Mic Air. And we simply click on Start to download in order to start the update process. And after a few minutes, the update is complete. The camera automatically power cycles. We reconnect to the camera and can confirm firmware version 1.1.26. When it comes to the Mic Air, there is no specific update required for compatibility with the GO Ultra, but it's important to make sure you have the latest version installed and update if needed. To check or update the firmware, start with the Mic Air powered off and hold the button for 6 seconds in order to power it on and enter pairing mode. Then we launch the Insta360 app, select the Me icon at the bottom right, scroll down and tap on Accessory Settings, and as long as your Mic Air is in pairing mode, it will show up here. Tapping on the Mic Air will show the currently installed firmware version, and if a new version is available, you'll be prompted to update. Okay, having ensured that both devices are updated to the newest firmware, let's go ahead and get them connected. So on the GO Ultra, we're going to go into the menu and go across to the Bluetooth icon. Before we tap that and begin the search, we're going to place the Mic Air into pairing mode. Once again, from the off state, I hold the button for 6 seconds. You can see it's now flashing rapidly. I hit Bluetooth. It immediately finds the Mic Air. And we are now connected. You can see there is some information here. A press of the Mic Air button will start and stop recording. A double click will enable or disable noise reduction. Triple click to mute and unmute, and it also provides information about repairing. Going back out to our main screen, you can see there is now a microphone icon at the top of the screen, and you can also see the level meter here, indicating that a wireless microphone is attached. Now once these two are connected, they will remain connected. If I power off the Mic Air, you will see that it disconnects, and now the GO Ultra is using its onboard microphones, but as soon as I power on the Mic Air, it quickly and automatically reconnects. If I power off the camera, You'll notice that the light on the mic Air now begins to flash slowly because it no longer has a connection. If I power the camera back on again, it connects, and it does so far quicker than prior generation Insta360 cameras. Now, this quick connection also means that the mic Air should effectively support the quick capture mode. Let's give it a try. Powering off. And this time I'm going to hit the record button to power on and immediately start recording. Begins recording and does so using the mic Air. Also important to note that the mic Air connects with the camera, not with the action pod. So I'm actually able to remove the camera. And as you can see, the microphone icon is still in place and you still see the level meter at the top of the screen. Similarly, if we power off the camera, the mic Air has lost its connection. Let's power on the camera. And you can hear the confirmation, and the light on the mic Air shows that the camera and the microphone automatically connect. Similarly, if we use the quick capture, it starts the recording. You can also see that the light on the mic Air stops flashing, indicating that we are now connected. So when it comes to operating the mic Air, there are certain things you can do from the camera and also from the microphone itself. As far as operation from the camera is concerned, if we go into the settings and head over to audio settings, here you can see that the mic Air is connected, and at the top right you will see a settings icon, and when we tap on that you can see you can adjust both the external microphone gain and the Bluetooth microphone gain. The mic Air is a Bluetooth microphone, so here is where we'd adjust the gain, and we can adjust it from +9 dB all the way to -18 dB. Also, if you go into the settings and head over to Bluetooth, it shows you the connected mic Air, also tells you the current battery level. If we tap on the 3 dots here, you get further information. You can also see the battery level up here and the fact that it is connected. And we are able to activate or deactivate noise reduction here. If I enable noise reduction, you can see the light on the mic Air goes green, indicating noise reduction. And similarly, I can turn it back off again. I can also enable or disable the indicator lights. If it's distracting, I can turn it off, and of course turn it back on again. When it comes to operating using the mic Air, first of all, a single press will start the recording, and of course when recording, a single press will stop the recording.
Shooting complete.
And in case you're wondering, a long press does not cancel the recording, it just turns off the microphone, so don't try that. A double press on the mic Air will enable noise reduction. You can see the light turns green, and another double press will disable noise reduction, and a triple press will mute the microphone. You'll notice that the light on the microphone turns red, and also you'll notice there is no longer any audio being received on my Go Ultra. And when I triple press again, it unmutes the microphone, and as you can see, once again we have an audio level registering on the Go Ultra. Okay, let's start out our testing indoors, and first off we're going to use the onboard microphones of the Go Ultra. Now I find that the onboard microphones do a pretty good job overall, but let's see how the audio quality of the onboard microphones compared to the mic Air. Okay, and now I have switched over to using the Mic Air connected to the Go Ultra by Bluetooth. So how is the audio quality in our studio environment? How does it compare to the onboard microphones of the Go Ultra? And finally, let's compare to a standard Bluetooth microphone. Now I'm using the DJI Mic Mini, which is compatible with the Go Ultra as a Bluetooth microphone. And in my previous testing, I've always found that as far as Bluetooth microphones are concerned, the DJIs are about as good as it gets. So how is the audio quality of the DJI Mic Mini connected by Bluetooth? How does it compare to the Mic Air? Okay, now let's continue our testing outdoors, and once again we'll start out with the onboard microphones of the Go Ultra. It's a little bit windy here today, so apologies if you get a bit of wind on the soundtrack. Now the onboard microphones I've found do a pretty decent job as long as you remain pretty close to the camera, of course. As soon as I move away from the camera, turn away from the camera, that's when you start to lose my voice, and that's where we need the wireless microphone. So let's go ahead and power up the Mic Air and see how it compares. Okay, so now I've switched over to the Mic Air. As you can see, it is pretty windy out here today, so I have the wind protector in place. It is really necessary. Some people have suggested that that impacts the signal to the Mic Air, so we will do some testing without the wind protector as well. But for now, how is the audio quality compared to the onboard microphones of the Go Ultra? Obviously, with this being a wireless microphone, I can move around, I can move away from the camera, turn my back to the camera, and at this very short distance, you should have no problem hearing me just fine. Okay, let's do a comparison to a standard Bluetooth microphone, and for that purpose, I've taken one of the most popular Bluetooth microphones, the DJI Mic Mini. So we are connected wirelessly to the Go Ultra. How is the audio quality? How does it compare to the Mic Air? Okay, I'm about 10 meters away from the camera using the Mic Air connected by Bluetooth to the Go Ultra. As long as I maintain line of sight to the camera, you should have no problem hearing me okay. Let's see what happens, however, if I turn around and turn my back to the camera. Are you noticing any signal interruptions, or are you able to hear me clearly? Now, hopefully you are still able to hear me at this distance. Let's go a little bit further and see how it performs there. Okay, now I'm around about 20 meters away from the camera. Again, as long as I maintain line of sight to the camera, you should be able to hear me just fine. That may change, however, as I turn around, turn my back to the camera. Are you noticing any interruptions, or are you able to hear me clearly? Let's try one more test at 30 meters. And now around about 30 meters away from the camera, again keeping line of sight to the camera. I'm hoping that this is still okay. Let's see how it handles obstructions. I'm going to turn around. Okay, now around about 20 meters away from the camera, I have the wind protector removed to hopefully improve the signal stability. Let's see what happens if I turn around and turn my back to the camera. Are you able to hear me okay, or are you noticing any signal interruptions? Let's try 30 meters. And once again, 30 meters away from the camera, using the Mic Air without the wind protector in place to hopefully improve the signal stability. Let's see what happens if I turn around and turn my back. Are you hearing me okay, or are you noticing any signal interruptions? And now 30 meters away from the camera, using the DJI Mic Mini connected by Bluetooth. How is the audio quality at 30 meters? Let's see how it handles obstructions. If I turn around and turn my back to the camera, are you still able to hear me okay, or are you noticing any signal interruptions? Now, there is one issue which I think actually is supposed to be a value-added feature, and that is once these two are connected, now anytime you power on this Mic Air, it will automatically wake up the camera, but it only wakes up the camera, and it does so completely silently, so you may not even notice this has happened. And when I power off the microphone, the camera stays on. So you could see how this feature could easily drain your battery, and unfortunately there doesn't seem to be any way of disabling it. And similarly, if your mic Air is charging, for some unknown reason, when you take it off the charger, it automatically powers on, and similarly it will start up your Go Ultra. And once again, it does it completely silently, so this is definitely something to be aware of. Another issue is something that continues to plague all Insta360 cameras, and it's something I'll just refer to as flaky Bluetooth performance. Now, I will say that this combination, the Go Ultra together with the mic Air, is probably the best Bluetooth implementation I've seen so far on an Insta360 camera, but even here it is not 100% reliable. On several occasions, probably around about 10 to 15% of the time, when I power on the camera and the microphone, they just do not connect. And your only course of action is to go into the Bluetooth menu and force the connection. As I said, most of the time it works, but it really should be all of the time. And of course, it's always going to be that critical time when you need it to work that it doesn't and you don't get your audio track. And finally, not so much issues, more wish list items. It would be really nice to be able to connect 2 wireless microphones to an Insta360 camera, and on a related note specifically to the Go Ultra, it apparently does not support the dual track audio capability. If you're not familiar with this, it's a very useful feature which allows you to record from both the wireless microphone and the onboard microphones at the same time. It's a feature that is available on the X5 and the Ace Pro 2, but currently not available on the Go Ultra. If you've been following the channel, you'll know that I have done a lot of testing on the mic Air. It definitely has a lot of issues, but I will say that this combination together with the Go Ultra is as good as I have seen, and the performance is pretty good. As I've said in previous videos, I think the audio quality is good. In my opinion, better than a standard Bluetooth microphone, including the DJI Mic Mini. And when paired with the Go Ultra, the range and stability were pretty reasonable, especially when we removed that windshield. And when you consider those additional capabilities like the noise reduction feature or the ability to start and stop recording from the wireless microphone, the mic Air is certainly a very useful accessory for your Go Ultra, and it's also pretty reasonably priced. So that wraps it up for another video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, please remember to hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel for a lot more similar content. If you have any questions, any comments, if you want to share your experience or make suggestions for future videos, please drop those into the comments section. Otherwise, thanks again for watching.